I'm Summer Morris, CPA, ex-corporate accounting girl and health coach turned CEO of a multi-six-figure business while helping others build financial security, healthier habits, and a better quality of life. It wasn't that long ago I lacked the confidence, the right plan, and time to focus on growing my small but mighty business, while also having time for healthy activities I wanted to pursue away from my desk. Fast forward past many failures and lessons learned, and you'll see the healthier business and lifestyle I have today. One that changes lives while giving me more freedom than I ever thought possible. I created the Fit to Endure podcast to share simple, actionable, step-by-step strategies to help you do the same. So if you're looking to feel better, live a healthier life without blowing your budget, start a side hustle, or train for your next race, this show will help you make an impact and achieve your goals without creating the overwhelm and burnout that makes you want to quit. You ready? Let's get started. Welcome to episode 25 of the Fit to Endure podcast. I'm your host, Summer Morris, and I'm glad you're here. I was thinking of today's topic while participating in a steep 13-mile half marathon trail race this past weekend. The event company Inside Trail Racing hosted the race in a state park in the Santa Cruz Mountains in California. The park is a natural sanctuary boasting over 1,700 acres of old-growth redwood trees. The location, stunning. Giant redwoods just dominated the landscape. The terrain was diverse and technical because aside from twisting single track that opened up to expansive roads and paths, there were sections of trail covered in fairly deep beach sand and many sand ladder style steps. So good. You could feel the Pacific Ocean breeze pouring from the Santa Cruz coast when you're at the peaks. And the race included 2 knee-deep river crossings at mile 6 and mile 11. Now, I didn't sign up for this out-of-town race expecting to win or crush my age group, but instead to use it as a really strong training day for a 55-kilometer or 34-mile hilly trail race I have in about 7 weeks. Now, those 13 miles this past weekend of slow, steep progress gave me plenty of time to think as I focused on not tripping over the rocks and roots on the path and moments of peeking at that beautiful landscape around me. But I noticed I was much more cautious in this race than usual. And sure, I'm still recovering from the collarbone accident I shared in episode 16, titled How I Escaped Alcatraz But Got Caught, and I'm still recovering from slamming my left knee into a trail after tripping over a rock that was hiding in the shadows a couple weeks ago. You know, one that left me with new scabs over the leg scars I created in that bike accident. So gross. But after breaking my collarbone in June, and knowing I was not going to be able to compete in the full half Ironman triathlon in Santa Cruz, which is about 2.5 weeks from now, and involves an ocean swim that's a little over a mile, followed by a 56-mile bike ride and 13-mile run. Yes, back to back to back. Oh my gosh. I was able to rally up some fit guys to do the course as a relay with me. One person would do the swim, another would do the bike, and then I would come in to do the run portion. All right, getting back to the trail race this past weekend, I noticed I was holding back and being extra cautious not to get injured, because if I did, there'd be a really good chance I wouldn't be able to compete in that relay race. I'd be letting down the people who just agreed to do the team race with me. So then it made me think, have I taken on too much? Was participating in this trail race so close to the relay race 2 conflicting goals, especially since I did not physically familiarize myself with this terrain and course because it's a few hours away from home? Now, I don't usually participate in relays where other people are relying on me and my health and all that other stuff as an athletic team event. So if I was running in this recent trail race and giving it my very best, and if for some reason I did get injured and had to hobble away, I would be okay with it because I would know I wouldn't be letting other people down. So instead, I left feeling like I left something on the table, you know, where I just finished, but I still had a lot of energy or ability inside of me. That, yeah, it was hard. It was technical. And I did put out some effort, but not as much as I felt I could have. And that's where today's episode titled Doing Too Much Is an Option came about. We're going to explore why taking on too many goals or projects at once can lead to reduced satisfaction and well-being, while increasing burnout and stress. We're also going to share some practical tips to help you narrow your focus, practice self-care, and healthy boundaries. You ready? Let's dive right in. Let's start by understanding why taking on too many goals can be problematic. When we spread ourselves too thin, it's like trying to run a marathon without proper training and a map. You might start strong and full of energy and enthusiasm, but the physical and mental toll becomes apparent over time. You might end up feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and less satisfied with your accomplishments. You might also be a little extra grumpy to those around you. No fun, right? But we're going to discuss the consequences of doing too much after this brief commercial break. Unleash your inner CEO with Summer Morris CPA and the Fit to Endure Academy. Are you a small business owner struggling to make ends meet? You're not alone, my friend. Did you know that 60% of small businesses are either not making money or barely managing to cover their costs? Well, don't worry. Help is here. I am Summer Morris CPA, a strategic financial expert and QuickBooks Online coach dedicated to turning financial worries into success stories. I've been helping entrepreneurs since I opened up my shop in 2014 after leaving corporate accounting for decades. And I've been improving profitability through smarter money management, financial literacy, and accountability. And I am excited to announce the launch of the Fit to Endure FTE online membership, your ultimate resource for financial growth and scaling your business. It opens October 2nd. Join the waitlist at summermorris.com/FTE and be the first to gain access to exclusive resources. By joining FTE, you'll join a supportive community where you can learn, grow your business, and easily navigate challenges. How does that sound? And each week, I'm going to be guiding you through curated training sessions and live Q&A, covering essentials from understanding financial statements to simplifying income taxes. How would you like the opportunity to interact with a CPA regarding your pressing issues each week for only $100 a month? That's right, $100. Each week, we're going to be covering topics live in Zoom and recorded for later viewing if you're not able to attend live, on topics such as understanding financial statements, exploring QuickBooks Online and bookkeeping, simplifying taxes, and designing your business roadmap for success. Now, those sessions are going to run from 10 a.m. to 11:30 Pacific time. And again, they are recorded for later viewing. So don't worry if you can't make it live. You're going to be able to submit your questions and get them answered. So if you'd like to learn more and sign up for the wait list, you can check it out at summermorris.com/FTE. That's Fit to Endure. Once again, summermorris.com/FTE. I'll see you inside. Welcome back. All right, let's talk about those consequences of doing too much. 1, reduce satisfaction. By juggling multiple projects or goals, we often fail to give each the attention it deserves. This can leave us feeling unfulfilled because our efforts are scattered. 2, increase burnout and stress. Overcommitting leads to longer hours, less downtime, and trying to stretch our limits way too far. This constant hustle increases cortisol, that stress hormone, contributing to burnout and stress, and probably some of that grumpiness I just mentioned. 3, lower quality outcomes. When our attention is divided, the quality of our work can suffer. It's hard to excel when allocating time to too many projects or responsibilities simultaneously. 4, neglecting self-care. With so many commitments, self-care often takes a back seat. Sacrificing sleep, healthy eating, exercise, and relaxation time can deteriorate your well-being. No fun, right? And good decisions come from good energy. So practicing self-care is a way to develop your good energy. So what can we do to avoid falling into the trap of doing too much? Here are some helpful tips and tools to help you narrow your focus and improve your overall well-being. Tip number 1, identify your main goal. Start by identifying one main goal you're passionate about, and then will have the most significant positive impact on your life. Focus your energy and resources on this primary objective. Tip number 2, set smaller complementary goals. Choose a couple of smaller goals that complement your main goal. Yes, just a couple. These should be manageable and contribute to your overall progress without overwhelming you. If you'd like extra support in creating your goals, I recommend checking out episode number 1, titled How to Reduce Overwhelm with Clear, Measurable Goals, and episode number 3, 7 tips to achieve your goals for good. I'll link to those episodes in the show notes. Tip 3, prioritize self-care. Remember, self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. Make time for activities that rejuvenate you, such as yoga, meditation, reading, playing soccer, or simply relaxing. Tip number 4, practice healthy boundaries. Learn to say no to additional commitments that don't align with your boundaries. Setting boundaries preserves your time and energy. I like to remind myself when it comes to setting boundaries and saying no, that when you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else. So if something comes up and they're like, hey, can you do this? Or do you want to go to this thing? When you say yes to that, what are you saying no to? Because you can only do one thing at a time. Really, you know that. So saying yes to one thing is saying no to something else. Practice healthy boundaries. Tip number 5, take time for pause and reflection. Schedule regular check-ins with yourself, reflecting on your progress, celebrate small victories, and adjust your goals as needed. I find journaling is an effective tool for managing goals and maintaining well-being. It can help you notice your thoughts, track progress, and reflect on your experiences. Here are a few ways to incorporate journaling into your routine. 1, morning pages. Start your day by briefly writing about your thoughts, goals, and plans. This can help you gain clarity while setting a positive tone for the day while helping you focus on your priorities. 2, the gratitude journal. Writing down 3 things you're grateful for at the end of each day, because sometimes we can find ourselves just so focused on what's not working well, what's not going our way, that by using it as a gratitude journal and writing those 3 things you're grateful for, no matter what they are, it can really help you to boost your mood and overall sense of well-being. 3, the progress tracker, where you're tracking your progress on your goals. It provides a visual reminder of how far you've come and what still needs attention. For example, in an activity or a sport like the running or triathlon, you can jot down not only how much time you spent on something and how far you went, but also what was your energy level like at the start of the practice, at the end. Did you sleep okay the night before? And if not, that you're noticing that you're maybe running feeling a little heavier, or the dinner you ate last night isn't agreeing so well with the run. Being able to track all that stuff can help you notice where the blind spots are so that you can overcome them in the next training session. 4, reflection entries, where you periodically write about what's working well and what isn't. Reflecting helps you make necessary adjustments and learn from your experiences. When reflecting in a journal, I like to ask what worked, what didn't work, and what would I do differently? Regarding the relay race, what worked was establishing the relay team of somebody doing the swim, somebody else doing the bike, so then I could come in and do the run portion. This provided an opportunity to continue with the triathlon, even though I was not able to compete in all the events myself. But what didn't work was having the relay race on my calendar created a mental limitation that I clearly did not overcome by the day of the race. And so because of that, I found that I wasn't performing as I could have in the race. So by holding back on this trail race, I was actually creating a less effective training day than I could have if I had not had the relay race on my calendar. So certainly, it was a gorgeous race, and I'm so glad I competed in it, but I would have done it differently. I would have decided on either going all in on this race or competing in that triathlon relay race I had on the calendar to give one my all and put out all the energy that I had available. And what's also fun is a few moments ago, I just looked up the race results for that race and discovered for my age group, I came in 4th. Now, seeing this made me do a whole nother reflection journal of what worked, what didn't work, and what would I do differently again. Why? Because what I didn't mention earlier is that since I was going slower and I knew I was to reduce the risk of injury, well, in this race, I did what I don't normally do. I actually paused a couple times to chat with a friend in a text message, and I spent way more time at the aid station filling up my water bladder and chatting with the folks there a little longer than I probably should have. So knowing those results weren't going to matter, but so fun, right? Anyway, it's crucial to remember that achieving your goal isn't about doing as much as possible. It's about doing what matters most with focus and intention. Narrowing your focus, practicing self-care, setting healthy boundaries, and taking time for reflection can significantly improve your satisfaction and well-being. And if you're overwhelmed by trying to do too much, take a step back. Assess what truly matters to you and let go of the rest. And if a goal is important, but it's not one of your top 3 goals right now, it doesn't need to be a never going to happen goal. Maybe it's just a not right now goal. And there you have it, my friends. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Fit to Endure podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone that might benefit as well. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, stay focused, take care of yourself, and remember, you are fit to endure whatever your life throws your way. This is Summer Morris signing off. Bye-bye for now, and namaste.